Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You see that?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room. They made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend.
Trying to get to you when you're on the low. Trying to get to you when it's on the line. Had enough, had enough, had enough. Trying to tell you that it's time to give it up. Trying to tell you that you're never gonna shine. It's enough, it's enough, it's enough. But when you're going down, falling to your knees, it's time to believe. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion. Cause we all walk to the same beat. And from town to town feel like giving in. Had enough, had enough, had enough. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Oh, when you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion. When you're looking for a place to heal it, searching for a rhyme and reason, just stand up, stand up, stand up. We're all gonna take a beating, and I said it was gonna be easy. So rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight. Gonna rise like a champion.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate applying my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding dotted line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ay, 12 can't really stop, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting with the old well, need 100 million on the low scale.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Daytime Charts. Normally with Red Dog, but today we have a special guest. The one, the only, Bitcoin Elvis. Bitcoin Elvis. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be here today, and I'm so glad and honored to be hosting this daytime crypto show today for my good friend Road Dog. So thank you very much, and we got a great show for you today. Just hold on tight, and we will get right into the charts because I know that's what you want to do. Bitcoin. What's alright now, Bitcoin? Anything you do. Let's go, Bitcoin.
For those of you out there who have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, is that one of them impersonators right there? I believe we got an Elvis impersonator in the building. Welcome everybody to Daytime Charts with Crypto. And today we're doing a little something special, a little something in honor not only of the king of rock and roll, tribute to the king of digital assets, a tribute to the king of kings, Jesus Christ. Can never leave him out of your life. If you do, that could be considered a little bit of a mistake of missing the great blessings that the Lord God can bestow on you. But today we're talking about the Bitcoin, the king of the digital assets, brought to you by the image of the king of rock and roll. So welcome everybody. We're taking a look at altcoins, baby. Having a hard day while we're talking about that. If you remember a few days ago, we were looking at Bitcoin over here, and it was doing something a little bit funny, and I kind of said, I wonder what's going on here. And on one of my charts, let's go over here. I believe this is the one that's going to explain it for us. See, we're at a very, very interesting situation right here. Where really when you zoom out, we've got us a channel forming. Now, don't just take this line for granted right here. That one on the bottom. What you really want to do is come up here and you grab this top one. You just grab it, click it. You hit that control, you make a copy. Now, I want you to pay close attention to how lovely that these angles just line up with this wick right here and this one right here. This is a valid channel. Now, here we got our touch points. Actually, I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit right here. Go to the extremes there. Let's just do this all over again. Like we want to be right on target with this. Now, we are currently, and look at that, still lines up very nice and perfect right there. Now, we are in a situation at the moment on the weekends And we mentioned this a couple streams ago, I would not be surprised if the market makers take us up to this limit here. You know, whether you're looking at this as a channel, you're looking at this as what it can also truly be here as a rising wedge, which is a bearish stroke. That's a little bit bearish there, and depending on how you want to draw it. I like to draw it this way because this is what it did. We have what we call a bear trap right here, and it leads price up to the top. And lo and behold, if it's not doing what I expected it to do or what I foretold it would do, because not of any great gift that I have personally, being psychic or possibly being, you know, from the spirit world myself at the moment, it's just technical analysis saying we reached a trend line, we reached an area of resistance, and now we're getting rejected. And it's showing this on the 4 hour, when you can see that the 9 moving average crossed over that 21. Now that's your first sign of things coming down to the downside. We want to pay close attention to that. But we said that this is more than likely what they're going to do, because it's really the bigger money in play here. And they want your Bitcoin. They want to try to fool you out. So it does not surprise me at all we get up to a level of resistance here on the weekend, so that we can just confuse everybody, because that seems to be the play. If you haven't noticed that every weekend, the market makers like to bring us to that little point where it can go up, it can go down, that little precipice. They love doing that, so that they can come in on a Monday and come in on a Tuesday and just blow your mind. They can trade up and down and just, they can wreck everybody that's trying to long or short, especially those with high leverage. That's the game that they play right now. The big money is controlled here because we have a liquidity issue over on the exchanges. And that gives them very, very good control of manipulating these prices up, quite a good range, quite honestly. So if I'm looking at this as for a line in the sand as to, hey, when's this thing going to go against me? Well, you draw this trend line here, and it's telling you if the price comes back down to this area, about 32,000, and that's the number that we mentioned several times in the past few streams, past week, as where I foresee that we're coming down to retest this 50 moving average here on the 4 hour. And that's a place where we might actually have a little ground to stand on, and could go back up from there. That's what we're hoping for, but you can't tell what the players in the market right now, because they play dirty. They play dirty now. Just like some of them record companies out there, they play dirty. But it brings us dangerous close into this Ichimoku cloud right here, which normally says, I'm going to take you in, and I'm going to take you around the corner. I'm going to beat you up a little bit. I'm going to throw you down on the ground. That's not me saying that. That's Ichimoku cloud. That's just how he talks, man. He's got a rough cloud. You get near him, you want to act right, man. He'll grab you. He's flat out grab you. So the possibility that we might come down. Well, that's very real to me, especially with the signs we got there. The question is, are we going to break back into? Remember this rising wedge? Well, if this doesn't hold, they're playing some serious games with us. We'll be coming back around 30,000. Maybe retracing about 28,800. That's a very key level for Bitcoin. So I just want to bring that to your attention, because there's something afoot here. Now, I do think it's normal for us to come back to the 30,000 area. At some point, we're going to have to do that. Now, whether that's now or whether we go up to 40,000 and come back down, at some point, we're going to retest, put our foot back down on the $30,000 area. On Bitcoin, it's just going to happen. We're jumping up a level here. It's kind of like we see over here on this chart. This red line here, that's a good area, about 30,800, something through there. It might be a possibility you see that. At some point, it will. Currently, I'm just seeing them bring the price down to 32,000, freaking people out, making you think that maybe they may be back into this pattern. Who knows? At this point of the game, you've got to keep a close eye on what the big money is doing. You've got to follow the money flow. A good indicator to do that is Market Cipher, or VMC, if you want the free version, over on TradingView. Works extremely well. That's what I got right here. Money flow is coming down a little bit on the 4 hour. But looking here on the daily, look at that. Now, it's interesting to point this out. We got that red dot there, stochastic, coming down on the daily. So, my $32,000 prediction, I believe, may come true. But, it's not any magic on my part. I'm going to say that I'm the greatest analyst or anything like that. I'm going to say that that's just what the TA says. And if you watch me, you'll be able to pick up on what I pick up. You'll be able to do it too. It ain't nothing special, lady. It's just, it's just learning to read the charts. That's all it is. Some people like to charge for that information. I like to give it out as free. All you got to do is ask me a question. I'll answer. Tell you whatever I know. Add it to your toolbox if it helps you out. Money flow is in the green. Now that means the pullback that we get is going to be a little bit less severe. And on the daily, we'll be coming back to this non-moving average, which is corresponds to what we have on the 4 hour for that 200. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how the voice is coming across. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's a little irritating, I can adjust the voice a little bit, make it a little bit more easier to understand. But right now, Bitcoin, which is going to pull back a little bit. It's my prediction here on the weekends. Trading mostly sideways, but to, get a nice little pullback. Shorts are looking very well. Now, I want to draw your attention to this on Bitcoin on the 4 hour. You know that we do have this trend line here. It's been holding up, and now we've broken through it on the 4 hour, getting closer to the Ichimoku cloud. So down we go rest of the day, probably the weekend. More likely there will be a retest of this, but you know what happens with these patterns as that happens? Well, we get a new bottom here, and then we have to alter a trend line. And, a pattern's kind of changed suddenly, and it may turn into something bullish. Right now, she just wants to get a little recourse, but all reality, I see what possibly could be a Bart Simpson time pattern right there. It comes down to, 32,000. And we come in and on a 45-minute chart, on a 1 hour chart, I like the 1 hour too. Here's what we see, what's going on with Bitcoin. The 9 is crossing the 100 moving average. That's bearish. 50 is still above 100. Now that kind of helps us out a little bit. And down here, the 200 is slowly moving up to the $32,000 range. So, in my personal opinion, it'll be a slow burn, but do expect the possibility to come back up here to 33.9, get everybody a little bit bullish while it does a bearish retesting this trend line or the breakout point before it continues lower there. Now, you can pull a Fibonacci for this impulse move right here if you want to kind of get an idea where we also can come back to. Look at the 618 for this impulse move, and this swing low to that swing high is at 618. Now, there's a lot of confluence with the trend line, with the moving average, with a 618 Fibonacci that 31.8, 32,000 right there in that area. It is a juicy price to hit, or possibly over this weekend. Low liquidity. And so there's a volatility, which, if you can reduce your leverage, if you are doing perpetual tradings and things like that, the perpetual futures, spot margin, you can definitely take advantage of some of these moves here. But as always, be careful. And remember, you don't have to trade leverage to make a killing, to make that life-changing money in crypto or even in Bitcoin. Because maybe right now, this is the perfect time to be in the market. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin, in my opinion, personal opinion, it is going to be coming down. So I just say brace yourself. I'm already in some shorts. They're taking advantage of that little move. And how will this affect our altcoins? We probably need to take a look at some indices right over here. And we see the Bitcoin dominance is kind of leveling out a little bit. And total 3 here, it's been getting a little bit of a pullback. But I want to draw your attention to the fact that the retest of this trend line is perfectly normal. So, we could lose a few billion in altcoins. But overall, we got a good chance to start moving up and possibly see about another $50 billion come to the market over the next couple of weeks here. Checking out the US dollar tether dominance over here with the big circle. It's just kind of going sideways. People have been selling out of the nasty tether, nasty dollar, nasty stable coins. And then we get into something a little bit more reliable, something a little bit more like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, kind of slowly stealing the show. We haven't noticed that all talk is about Bitcoin and a little less about altcoins, but, we can get into that. I do recommend that you have at least about 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin if you, especially want to level out your long-term holds and things like that, your portfolio, because it will help out a lot. If you're all in altcoins, maybe you've been on a roller coaster. I feel so. Have you thrown up? Do you constantly feel sick to your stomach? Nerves on. You're on a roller coaster. Bitcoin is your safety net right there, man. It kind of levels it out. Makes it a little bit more like a kiddie ride than that big old scary roller coaster. But some of you like that. Some of you are generally pleased. I know. And that's all right, man. Just stay off the Barbies, man. You'll be all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little bit of a look at some of these altcoins. Some of the ones we've been watching here on the channel is Synverse. It is a gaming token, but a very unique one. If you haven't checked it out, you need to look them up, check out what their game's really about. It's like Grand Theft Auto on blockchain NFT, play as you earn. If you want to make a game, in my personal opinion, it needs to be the ones interested in people want to play. People like this kind of game. It's R-rated for adults, so I think it's got potential, and that's why I'm in it. And it's been doing very well lately. I'm telling you, it come down here to the double bottom about 20. What is this? 0.002324. Got down as low as 0.00022. So you're getting about 4 or 5 of these for a penny. Okay, you get about 4 or 5 of these for a penny here, and imagine what happens when they go to a penny. Well, you made bank there, baby, and it can easily go to a penny in my personal situation. In my personal opinion, the place that we need to watch out for right here is half a penny. Now that's kind of a 2x from where we were down here. So if you got in there, if you're watching, the streams and watching us talk about that, and said, I think I like what he's saying. I think I like this. Let's jump in. It looks like it's in a good place, getting ready to break out. Well, you be kind of up a little bit. You almost ready to double your money when it comes up here to half a penny. Move back that little baby and let it ride, and see how far it goes. You imagine if this thing goes to 17 cents? Yeah, that might be kind of cool. That might let me put a new wing on the Graceland, and I like that. I need a new wing over there. I need a ghost wing. Too many people walking through my house, man. I need some privacy. So I got a measure move for this falling channel that we happen to be in, catching a partial decline here, which means it's going to try to break out. First place it's going to try to come up to is the 200 moving average here on the daily, and that's going to be about 0.0045. Almost close to that moonbag territory there for everybody got in there at the low lows. But, a lot of people didn't. That's hard to get, but it was down there for a little while. It's just like the emotions that are coming around when it's there. It's like, ooh, I won't touch that. No, I don't want to touch that. Oh, why would any man touch that? Well, this is why you would touch it down those areas, because that's the best time to touch it. It kind of likes to be touched down there. That's when the whales want to come around and touch it. And the whales seem to have a little knack of getting in on these bottoms. And when these prices go up, say this thing goes up to 50 cents, everybody's going, how do those whales know to get in at a fraction of a penny? Well, they buy the bottoms, baby. That's pretty simple. They're in it to win it, and that's how this game's played. Now, measure move I got is taking us up to about 0.025 cents there, and that's definitely possible and in the cards. And if you wanted to get just real picky and look for a longer term play, a good target for Synverse overall, from where we've been, where we're coming, where we're going. Well, that's when I turn to my Fibonacci. I go from this swing high here, I go all the way down to the swing low, and I start targeting these two areas. One of them's going to be the 50% mark, because in Dow theory, you guys look like you surprised Elvis knows TA. Elvis knows a lot about TA. Elvis had a lot of TA in his life, man. Elvis was, the TA now is a little bit different. What Elvis liked to do with his TA, that was really my favorite TA, but this TA is fine too. I like this kind of TA. So at 3.1 cents, 3.2 cents, that is a 50% mark, and then the high probability for any big impulse like this to come back up and retest that 50% mark. That is Dow theory, Charles Dow. The second area that we're looking at is a 618 Fibonacci. It's a little bit under 4 cents. Now, imagine this. I just want to paint a picture for you. I won't get this little 2 out down here. And let's go where price is right now. I'm not trying to tell you if I'm going to win. There might be a better place to buy this. But just imagine if you got in here and you put, a crazy little stop loss here. I mean, crazy time. Do you see what your risk to reward ratio? I mean, and when I say crazy time, crazy tight stop loss. I don't mean unreasonable. I mean, we're in the fractions of the pennies here. You can definitely put it right there. Oh, you're getting 20%. I wouldn't do that, personally. It's not the place someone will win, in my opinion, but there's nice trades set up. It may not see these prices again at the 0.003 area. Let's pretend that we FOMO win now, and you put a nice little stop loss in there, say about 7%. To say that sticks there, we got a position, or maybe you got your position in earlier. You just kind of see, well, how much money can I make from this little thing? How about almost a 10x, 9x right there, coming up to the 618 Fibonacci? Does that sound like it might be, something cool to look at? I like that. That's my game plan. It doesn't have to be your game plan. You don't even have to like this coin at all. Just one that's actually moving now. Trying to get a little breakout and give you a heads up if you're interested. Check it out. If you're not, skip on, baby. Kick rocks. No, I'm not trying to be mean there. I'm just saying not everybody goes for the same projects. Not everybody has to. But looking at QNT here, now we had to sit down and have a little talk QNT because QNT is still down in the dumps, but feeling good about itself. It forgot the power that it has. It forgot its mission when it was down here at $85. But I think our little talk did a little bit good because, since that day, she's been looking up, and I gotta say I'm very impressed with QNT. We're at $106 now. I'm working on that $113 to $123. Am I going to sell there? No. This is a long-term play for me, but I do want to show it some respect today. Show it just a little bit of respect.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Sometimes I just like to hear myself talk like that, you know what I'm saying? So Rune is another one that's doing very well. And I like old Rune right here. Rune is doing something that some of the other coins are doing. I think it's worth looking at. This is still a trajectory that I'm seeing possible for Rune. Will it happen this weekend? I kind of doubt it. Market makers like to play with us on the weekend, keep us in indecision. But so there may be a little bit of pullback, and if you can get in the Rune around 220, it may be worth it, but still it is higher. The best places to get into is about $1.50 there. And there's a little buy zone, which that just never hit. We commenced off the top of it, but that would have been a juicy price, about $1.33. We're going ahead and get this off of there, or move it to a place that's a little bit more relevant for a pullback area. If I had to pick a juicy buy zone for Rune, are you going to move on me? Can we move you? You're not locked in. Had a little technical difficulty there. I've been looking at this area right here, still about $1.55. This support resistance area might get tested again, but don't hold on to that as a promise. There's a great possibility that this one may be actually starting to move a little bit parabolic. It's been parabolic, but it may continue. Remember, when you zoom out on Rune, we had a falling wedge pattern here that does break to the upside. We do have a measure movie that suggests that this pattern will take price up to $2.91. That's about 60 more cents up from where we are right now. Meaning parabolic activity could be setting up here, and actually it could go higher than that. We could be looking at about $3.40 out of Rune. So the signs that you want to look for this price to actually something happen and make it go crazy is this rising wedge channel pattern that we got here. Now we broke out of it, bear trap, coming to the upside. Now you may want to look at this as also being a channel, and you definitely can, because we do have a channel, but that's how these rising wedges form, and that's how these bear traps form, just retesting them all this channel. But once we get right here, if price comes to the upside of this, it goes above $2.45. Highly likely we might be headed to $3.47. So just keep that in mind when it comes to Rune. She might want to get out there into the shaker money maker just a little bit. Other coins that have been up a little bit have been FRR, that's front row. I got a little dibble dabble in this, but it's not one of my major holds or anything. Let's take a look at it. We did get a breakout out of this falling channel here. had a partial decline, lost that, but it did ride the leg of this trend line here. Now we're coming to the upside. I will say that on the 4 hour, we are above the 200 moving average. We were getting that golden cross right here, the 50 moving average costing the 200, and that is technically your buy signal for this time frame. Now that does not mean buy now, but that means that you may get an opportunity down here at 0.000029. A retest is 365-day moving average here at 0.0000288, somewhere in that area. If you're interested in maybe getting in on this, 200 moving average is also good. But currently, it seems like she wants to do a little bit more upside, looking to test this area about the 100 moving average. I think it's going to blast through that. I think we need to look at this area about right here. Coming in at 41.92. Remember, we are currently trading here at 29.86. Now, I do have a target up here about 72.34 and also at 63.37. It's going to take a little time to play out, but it may just spike up there. Who knows? But this one, a little bit of a slow mover, but basically overall, just to keep this in mind, it's in an accumulation pattern. It's in a rounding pattern, and you'll probably see it flatten out here or slowly round out, over the many, many months to come here before we get real situated to actually have a good blast off. That's just a strong possibility what's happening, be it an accumulation. They'll probably do this with ranges. But currently it is up, and it is what we're talking about today. Another one that's up is OPUL, which I like it. I've been a big proponent of this one. I do like what they're doing over there. Oculus. Now, it's on the Algorand blockchain. Not the most popular, but it's an interesting music NFT play. Lets musical artists get loans, and what they do is they give out rights. They tokenize the fractionalized NFTs for rights to their royalties. So in other words, you have the opportunity to take part of those royalties, get those royalty earnings. So a very cool project, and I think it might have, it may catch on. It's something that is kind of needed in that industry, just to be honest with you. Currently, we got this little trend line here. What we got going on? Give me some confidence. We maybe head back up to about 14 cents. It's going to take a little time there. But a shout out for Oculus, because it came down to this area about 0.04 to 4 cents right there. Came down to 4 cents. It's almost doubled now. It's at 7.7 cents, and just something that's worth looking at right there. In my personal opinion. I like it. Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it is up today, so that's why we're taking a look at it, up 11%. And I foresee it coming up to be 9 cents and possibly up to 10 cents there before too long. I may get a pullback to about 6.3 cents if anybody wanted to look at a good price to get in on that. The Elvis persona, it may be scaring off some people. Well, that's what we're rolling with. This is October, and when it gets in around Halloween, I like to do some freaky stuff. So I could have been Frankenstein. Gates for a living, getting a little bit of pullback, and it needed it. And I got a good buy zone right here, about 0.027 cents, 0.029 cents. Some places maybe nibble, add to your entry. It looks like it does want to continue some parabolic activity here. Just take a little time, do a little correction, and it may pay off very nicely there. Hi-Fi Finance. This little guy had a great run up here to about $2.85 or $2.60. Now we lost that. What goes up comes down, and then it kind of goes sideways for a little while while everybody starts to accumulate it. And I think that we're in the zone where accumulation may partially be over, may not. I'll be looking for a retest of this trend line right here. Comes up just a little bit above that 50 moving average, and we could start seeing about 71, maybe up to 78 cents there. Give it a little bit of time, but it will be a little bit of struggle there. But overall, it looks like we found support here at the 100 moving average, and we come down to the 4 hour, see how it's doing. We're right now testing the 200 moving average on the 4 hours. So Ichimoku Cloud is looking kind of nice. We got money flow coming in on BMC. So I do expect a pullback probably down to this area about 5.8 cents. But from there, We may rise above, or we might rise above immediately and let that 9-moving average catch up. Ichimoku Cloud looks very interesting for some more upside here in hi-fi. It's just got a little bit of a struggle. We got to get past this area right here, 6.2 cents. Support resistance slip right there. We need to flip that again, test it, and then we can move on up to these higher areas until we're closer to 80 cents. So hi-fi is trying to do something. It looks like it may have found support here at this Lucy's moving average. If you're familiar with Lucy on the 4-hour time frame, that's my little devil girl, because that is a 666 moving average, which started as a joke, but ironically has a lot of confluence in the markets, not just crypto, baby. I guess the devil's in the details, and there's the details. Now, Ethereum is looking kind of interesting, especially against the Ethereum pair for all you true altcoin traders out there like to trade against Bitcoin or Ethereum. Getting into this a little while back, you got a nice little increase in Ethereum. It looks like that trend will continue as we slowly try to move up and recapture this. A 200 moving average up here about to 0.0001 Ethereum, currently at 0.00067. Throw that out there for you diehards there now. DVPN Sentinel finally starting to make a little move. Can you guys see what's going on here now? I just used to buy a zone. We went right below it. Let me stretch that over, man. See what it did. See what it did and went a little bit lower. Now, is technical analysis, well, you do have to keep up with it. But we did come back down to this area, retest our bottom, went just a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and mark that. That's kind of important there at 0.0003 cents. But I want you to draw your attention to what's going on here on the 4-hour. We're getting rejected currently at the 200 moving average, and that's normal. We're trying to reclaim that area. It has made an inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. Now, this pattern has a measured move, and if you're just playing that alone, you've got a little trade idea set up. Let's get rid of this little purple box here so we can put something else up there. We're going to put this trade set up. Now, if it comes back and retests this area, which it should, it's got about 64% chance coming back there at 0.000333. You can definitely, whoops, let's put you back there, baby. Stay there. Drag this up here and let's work on a stop loss. If he comes back into this pattern, that's invalid. So you can put a nice little tight stop loss, in my personal opinion, under that 9-moving average on the 4-hour, somewhere about 3%. Now you drag this little guy up, right up over here. I'm looking at 0.00042. 25% return just on that movement alone to retest this 800 moving average and that 666 moving average. Possibility we could be seeing some higher prices out there, but that alone is a risk reward ratio of 7.62 to 1. I like that, but if you're looking for it on the long game, there might be something there a little bit bigger for you for a bigger swing trade. Now imagine we're coming right back up here, 88.1%. when we come to 0.00060. So just an idea. This is a setup as a double bottom, so you don't have to scalp it. You probably do better if you don't scalp it. I want to draw your attention to this trend line. It's going to tell us approximately where it's going to have a little hiccup. That's going to be right here at the 0.005. Right there in that area. That would be the excellent place, in my personal opinion. Put a little take profit there. Let's pull that trade up. Getting a pull back, going up there to that area, and there we go. That's your 66%. Return on investment, you put an extremely tight stop loss, even close to 3%. And boom, there we go, 10-to-1 risk reward ratio. Just something to look at, but keep in mind, rising wedge, we do have a higher target, and you could be seeing this area right here come into play. That'd be a 273% return. You 2.7x your investment there, and that's really more of the plays that I'm looking for, is more of a swing trade like that rather than a scalp. That would be more of your measured move when you come out of this pattern here. Taking that measured move, putting out to a possible breakout here, and we got a little bit of confluence right there. So that's something I'll be looking for. DVPN has not been your radar. You might want to take a look at it, or you can just skip right over it. Ladies and gentlemen, the time now is 2:34, and we went over Bitcoin, we went over small coins, and just some of the things I want to share with you. If you'd like to join me for some more fun tonight, and we'll have old Road Dogg back on the show here. It don't look like Elvis is getting much love today, but I think anyway, I love you all. And I thank you very much for joining me today. If you can't hit that like button anyway, for those of you joining us live, join us later, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Until next time, my name is Lane, posing as Bitcoin Elvis. Join me tonight. We'll take a more in-depth look at altcoins and the market and figure out how to play it on this weekend and let's make some money. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.